Right. How you feel about Ice Cube, man? Ice Cube was going in on everybody, you know, calling out the system. How do you feel about Ice Cube now, just turning all the way up?
I think Ice Cube has been that. I think what they did is they woke a sleeping bear. And not just because the nigga then gave me, we worked together. We did our first movie, Barbershop, of course, you know, thank them, let me be part of that. I was a kid, but putting me in that. Also 21 Jump Street, well, Cube, you know, Cube was in that, and then the Hip Hop Square. So, you know, we have this working relationship, but end of the day, this man is a man who's always been about that. You listen to all old Q records, he was already preaching and telling y'all how he felt about it, regardless if he was fucking bitches every now and then or gaffling niggas in the middle of it. End of the day, America's Most Wanted was a powerful movement and how we felt. You know what I'm saying? And I believe Cube is he's a megaphone for a lot of quiet niggas. A lot of people say shit like this when they sitting around getting high or drinking. Cube decided to be a megaphone and speak because he's on a platform. Can't nobody hire the nigga. You can't let the nigga work no more. He's not saying nothing that's completely out of pocket to the point where you don't understand where he's coming from. And if you do not speak, if you do not understand black people's conversations, then you cannot even begin to equate yourself to being on the level of saying what matters or what part of movement you could be in. I say that all around. I'm talking about like when you be like, nigga, I'll kill you. You don't mean you'll kill a nigga. Lil Duval got in trouble for saying if somebody pulls out a dick on him that didn't have a dick, ain't supposed to have one, man, I'll kill him. He wasn't going against the trans world because he understands that coming from a little man's world. You know what I'm saying? That's like somebody saying, I'll smack all little niggas in here, and a little nigga get upset about it.
Right.
If you speak the language, you know, you look at him as a trans warrior that you are for your people, for your rights, and you go, oh, we ain't worry about him. He's kidding. His voice is going for this. His voice is not meaning in that way. We're gonna take him and show him how to use his voice rather than be upset with him about what he said. So you become the megaphone for your situation, and it's just you got to know how to speak the language. If you know what I'm saying, like you got to get it, you got to understand the language, so you don't take shit in the wrong way. So if you want to, you know what Cube's saying. Cube is definitely not against any Jews. Cube is never gonna say. He's saying why are you not saying something if you're forced? He not speaking to you. That's like, all right. Bottom line, let me break it down for people. Fuck my words up. If a group of niggas walking down the street, I'm in this group of niggas, and somebody yell out, bitch ass nigga, I'm not gonna turn around. Cause you ain't talking to me.
Right.
So if you being talked to, if you feel like you ain't doing shit, like shut you motherfucker, you ain't marching, you ain't protesting, you punk ass nigga, you turn around, it's cause you are hearing something that only you could hear, only that's meant for you. You turn around because that affected you in some kind of way. That hit your nerves. But it's not going to affect somebody who's doing what the fuck they supposed to be doing. And most of the time, the people that get mad are somebody who ain't doing what they supposed to be doing. So they going to try to take his words and flip them and say this and say that.
I think anybody who's been a fan of Cube knows how genuine he is and how real he is when he's speaking. There's a lot of people, though, I'm not going to lie to you, that we feel like we look at a social media and we're on the outside looking in. We don't have relationships with the comedians, celebrities, entertainers that we see on Instagram and things like that. Some of them seem like they baiting in a lot of ways. Some of them seem like they're going to show all the horrible shit, the negative shit, to rile a certain demographic of people up. Meanwhile, show no real solution and no real positive outcome to any situation. Just straight negative, bait. Are there baiters out there, in your opinion, that people that just go, all right, this is what we're going to push today. Let's piss off this demographic of people today?
I think that a lot of times we forget. So a small reminder sometimes is not bad to me. As far as being baited, once again, that's a mind state. If you could be baited by something, somebody could bait you into something to trigger, like you say, like Baller Alert always writes, trigger warning. So you can click on it if you want to and take it how you feel that situation will make you feel. But as far as just showing the negative side, I just that you're in a position of power anyway. So you're correct in saying show some kind of solution, but sometimes you're posting that because you don't have a solution. A lot of these high profile people, man, motherfuckers, never stood on nothing. So they were given a ground. They were given a platform. A lot of people never stood on shit. They didn't build their own shit. They didn't make their own shoes. They didn't get up every day and go through hell and a half. So once they're put on a platform, they're not delivering their true information. They're giving what was given to them. They're like, oh, this is wrong. This is messed up. And sometimes it comes off differently, like Taylor Swift, for instance. No, we're not rocking with her because of all the history and shit, because we don't really know shit. But her delivering her information was informative. And you're like, okay, we'll take that. I'll say that no one is I don't believe in baiting. I believe in antagonizing. I believe all information should be available, and how you process it, it should be on you. If you don't know how to process it, sit with somebody who gonna process the shit for you. Everybody need a translator sometimes, dog. We be around our friends that we know all the time. You be around your niggas, your homies, and one of your friends get into another friend, and it's always a nigga that step in the middle and be like, yo, cool out. What he's saying is this, and what he's saying is that. And them niggas you grew up with. So why wouldn't we need a translator with something so important like this? So no, I don't think it's no baiting. I think sometimes Q might have talked a little crazy, so we need a translator. When they thought Kanye went crazy, there's like niggas need to translate. We need a nigga to sit next to this nigga and deliver the information he's trying to get across properly. I do it a lot. A lot of times I don't mean what I say. I curse motherfuckers out all day. But sometimes I need somebody to step in there and be like, this is what he means, you know? So if that makes sense.
No, I do. Yeah. Appreciate that.
Trump or Biden?
Yeah.
For black people, Trump or Biden? Who's your choice?
Oh man, we in that. Well, because Obama trusted him for so long, and you trust a nigga who in a nigga house, I'm gonna rock with Biden. If this was a country about real estate only, and you're willing to present on his t-shirt, if Trump wore a shirt that said, I don't really rock with y'all, and was honest about everything, who you are, because I love honest people. He is yet to be honest about who he is as a person and say, I don't fuck with y'all like that. And I mean niggas in the sense of anybody broke to him is nigga. And that's what he tried to sneak past. Like Trump it ain't like Trump just don't like black people, because a black person making money, he cool with him all day. A black person on his dick, he cool with him all day. It come down to he think a niggas, if this motherfucker can't do nothing for me, fuck him. When he say the no good motherfucker out there, he talking about the white people too. He not an honest, he not able to hold that position. That's not a position for him. We need to stop trying to put, what they try to do is they try to put a produce nigga in the frozen section. He don't go in that motherfucker. You know, we need to keep our life like groceries. Who needs to be in that position of power to help us? And I think Biden, all around with we're gonna find something negative and fucked up about everybody else, but I think he at least understands us and has a real ear. And if he don't, once again, the man got a translator. He could reach out and make that Obama call and be like, what the fuck should I do? So low key, we still got a little Obama in there. We got Biden in that motherfucker.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate real quick, because I'm not with either one, right? But let's say we do get Biden in there, and let's say he doesn't deliver. And with all due respect, some black people are tired of hearing it'll be okay from Obama. We want to see some results because they're still killing us out here. What do we do? How long of a leash do we give Biden if in fact he does get in office?
I'll say that we honestly, the word leash and lease go together right there, because there's no motherfucking true leash you could put on him, because he's leased in that office for 4 years. So the mistake we'll be making, but it's just we have those two choices, and we gotta trust at least the minimum that he might do, because it's not going to be done by the other person. He's shown that a million times. Let's say even with the COVID shit, it would be handled differently. Let's say he only try to care about white people in essence, and if that happens to include some niggas too, he get it done. I'll rather take that than nobody caring at all. I'd rather take that for the moment, because we ultimately have no choice. If it was cool, all up to us, we have a black president for the black people that speak up just for black people. And they have a white president, and they meet at the top for the major shit like the wars and shit. But in the middle of it, it wouldn't be. It just wouldn't happen, because we're not living in a world where the police job is like the president's job, where he's not doing good, so he just got stepped down and resigned. No, that nigga gonna keep that job regardless of which one of them it is. You know, it's a campaign, it's a crook convention anyway. So no matter what, you know, we don't know all the insides of none of it. But we can't within a couple months be like, fuck you, Biden. That's just how people are. People, come on, man, look at our regular relationships. Fuck up, motherfucker, fuck up and do some shit. You be like, you know what? But you did wash my car the other day, so I guess I'll let you do this right quick. A chick get cheated on. She like, this nigga do pay the bills though, so I'm gonna let him go fuck these bitches for a little while. I'm gonna see how long, you know. So we do that with our regular relationships. So I don't know how we're gonna do it in the political world.
Right. How you feel about Yeezy, Kanye, being real cool with Trump, advocating that? How do you feel about that? I know it's a while ago it happened, but he's one of those who rock out with Trump.
He didn't know. I think he didn't. I think initially he didn't know, and then he found out, and it was embarrassing, so he stayed on it. It's like it's right. A full commitment. I think he saw it and was like, "Fuck!" Like, damn, this nigga's a horrible stepfather. You know what I mean? Nigga like a bad dad. Like this nigga just here to fuck my mom. I thought he was cool. And that's what he found that out. Then he was stuck in it. You know, that's why the red hats come out. You know, plus he's on the other side of that where financially it didn't affect him. Mm-hmm. So he couldn't see all the true hardships. But we know how he is as far as when he gets fired up. We saw what he did with Bush, and we saw how he gets with his mother being in the part of the strongest movement of in Black history, the Panthers and all that shit. Like, we know where it could go. So maybe it was a ploy initially, or maybe he just didn't give a fuck because he liked being so against the grain. But ultimately, man, you can only, once you get grown and you're making a decision, I don't think that one man's, that didn't make me be like, oh, you know, the nigga just turned us all around. It ain't like a song. He didn't make a hit Trump song, and then I was like, oh, I fuck with Trump now. It's like, all right, nigga, go ahead, eat your little anchovies on your shit. That's what it felt like, anchovies on anchovies on chitlins. That's what it felt like. That's why I can describe it. Like that nigga bought some anchovies and put it on our greens. Like, what the fuck is this, nigga? Fuck, we don't eat this shit, nigga. What the fuck? That's what it felt like. So I can't get that. That's how that nigga eat it. That's how he eat it. But I don't know, man. A lot of decisions, you know, this nigga. Then he went on the rant, said he had liposuction. I didn't know that shit either. So all that shit fit into that other world. So I was like, man, these ain't no nigga decisions anyway.
Oh, that shit crazy.
Imagine they had liposuction in the hood. How many niggas? I'm about to go get sucked out right quick.
Fuck that shit.
Wanda doing hair and sucking fat out. I went to the club tonight. Could you get some of this fat out my bag? $30.
Nigga be affected and shit. Oh,
that's that man. And but he know that Trump don't wear no Yeezys, even the ones he gave him. He know, man. He know. Nigga, maybe he never really got a chance to explain himself. But once again, that's what we said. Need a translator. Translate it so we understand it.